let's talk Vikings releasing Dalvin Cook. Now, the question is, what's the best fit for Dalvin Cook? But maybe the bigger, better question is, what does this mean for Kirk Cousins and this Minnesota Vikings offense? Who wants it? Go ahead. You take it. Whoever wants it, you take it.
I mean, I was shocked. They had been saying they was going to release him for a while. Dalvin Cook was a big part of their offense. One of the only, I believe, is 3 backs to have 1,000 yards in the last 4 seasons.
He's been consistently
He
over
has
1,000 yards.
He's been banged up. He has been injured. But when he's available,
4 in a row.
he's one of the best backs in the league.
Absolutely.
And it's just this, this quote-unquote analytics where the running back position is somewhat – it's undervalued in my opinion. In every position, from quarterback to receiver to run, we all need everything to be operating on the same page in order for the other to succeed. And I just – it's almost as if they look at the running back position and say, we can get anybody back here. We can get anybody that can run the ball and we'll be successful. I don't believe that. And the Minnesota Vikings made the playoffs last year, had a really, really, really good year under a first-year head coach. But their defense was bad, and so you would think we get a better defensive coordinator in Brian Flores. If we're just a little bit better and we can bring everybody back, we got a chance. But they're not bringing Dalvin Cook back, who arguably, not even arguably, is second best player on offense. It was just Jefferson, then Dalvin Cook. So for them to get rid of him, I don't understand it. I don't get it. But this is the world of football as it is today. The running back position, they don't value it. It's as if we can just get anybody and we're going to be fine. And so it's going to take years and years of this to not be true. Okay, it's going to be Madison is going to be the guy now. If he don't perform and they don't have the type of year that they had last year, now it's going to be, maybe they did need Dalvin Cook. It's going to be too late, but it's going to be an awareness of we may have to start looking at this differently because I believe they touch the ball more than any. That's what I don't get. They touch the ball more than anybody outside of a quarterback, but they're undervalued.
Hey, TJ, to answer your question, you're exactly right. They are undervalued. This is the reason why Ezekiel Elliott doesn't have a job now. This is the reason why Saquon Barkley has received the franchise tag, because these teams are looking at it as, listen, I can get me a Tony Pollard. I can get me a Miles Sanders, or Isaiah Pacheco, or Boston Scott in the 4th, 5th, and 6th rounds and not pay these guys $13 plus million to run the football, because it's becoming a position to where everybody knows that the running back position is not a long job, basically, to say. And you can get these guys like Isaiah Pacheco, it just jumps off the board because, what is he, 5th, 6th round pick, and he's a starting running back in Kansas City, and the guy's out there winning world championships. So I think it's going to be a thing that we are going to continue to see moving forward as far as this position is concerned, because you don't have to pay these guys a whole lot of money to run the football, because you can find these guys anywhere. Just like you said, you don't believe in it, but that is going to become the new norm. If it wasn't, then the New York Giants would have invested a long-term contract into Saquon Barkley, but they don't have to, because you know what? We're just going to just basically rent the guy for 16 weeks and without giving him a long-term deal, and just to see if he can go out and do it again, and maybe he will be able to get a long-term contract. That's just the thing about the new norm about the running back position, is that, you know what, we're not going to pay these guys a lot of money to run the football. And Dalvin Cook, it really doesn't make sense. I mean, this guy's one of the top 5 backs in all of football. Granted, you know, he signed a $63 million contract back in 2000. He's making $12 million a year. And I think he wanted out. He's been voicing and saying that he basically wants to get out. But I don't know what the Minnesota Vikings are going to do moving forward, because it's all a ball and chain. And Justin Jefferson is going to miss having Dalvin Cook in the backfield.
That's to me, that's my conclusion. That whole team is going to miss having Dalvin Cook. Mm-hmm. The biggest thing that I came away with when they were talking about releasing him is they better have somebody in the wings that can carry the load out of the backfield the way Dalvin Cook did, something comparable. Otherwise, we're going to find out exactly who Kirk Cousins is. This is a Kirk Cousins season, right? This is a Kirk Cousins season.
It's been a Kirk Cousins season.
Wait.
Well, and that's fair.
Don't we already know that?
Yeah, but all right, so here's my thing. Here's what I want to throw out at y'all, and I'm glad y'all saying that. People will look at Kirk Cousins' stats. People will look at his win line. People will look at what he's been able to do in terms of making it to the playoffs, and we will call Kirk Cousins, and even his contract justifies saying that Kirk Cousins is a franchise quarterback.
Right.
I don't think he's that good, and I know he's a Spartan. I know this, Plex. I don't want to hate on him.
Well, I can still get on the radio and talk.
Okay,
and be honest.
I'm just saying, for my own sake of peace of mind of doing my job the right way, I don't look at him as an upper echelon franchise NFL quarterback.
He is not.
I would say he's a B list. If the A list are straight up franchise guys, I would say Kirk Cousins falls into that B list of franchise quarterbacks and could flirt with, slipping out of the B list, the B list level. Now, with that being said, he has done more than enough to say that he requires the respect of what's he going to do now, and can he be that guy without that presence of 1,000-yard runner out of the backfield? That to me is almost like, okay, if Minnesota is planning on strategically rebuilding Minnesota, all right, you're strategically thinking about it, then what you're going to do is we are going to give Kirk Cousins the opportunity to either A, continue to earn this money off of this big-ass guaranteed contract that we gave him and not move on from him, or B, he's not, and it justifies us completely gutting and renovating our offense to be able to make this thing good for Justin Jefferson to stay. They just got rid of Thielen. Now you let go of Cook. You basically let go of two of your most important pieces on that offensive side of the ball. So now all there is Justin Jefferson, really, and Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, if you're the Minnesota Vikings, you do not start rebuilding a football team with releasing Dalvin Cook.
It's not. You don't.
He's supposed to be one of the cornerstones
of your best players.
Absolutely.
Like, how do you get better?
Where are you gonna find
best players?
Where are you gonna find 1,400 yards from scrimmage?
I don't know.
That's what he's been doing for the last 4 years. 1,400 yards from scrimmage. 1,100 yards rushing.
More 1,100s than 14s, but he did.
No, 1,100 yards. 1,100 yards rushing.
Could be the shoulder.
1,400 for the line of scrimmage.
Missing games with injury, but he's still young. If he gets down to Miami, I don't know what Miami doing down there,
but
it's like they operating with a different salary cap than everybody else or something.
They want him.
They gonna have everybody.
They gonna be loaded. If they bring Dalvin Cook in there,
they just put the beta out on Madden 24. Everybody and their mama gonna be trying to get the Dolphins for Madden.
It could be a wrap if they get it.
I like that, and they're going back home to play football. Miami Northwestern.
He is a Florida boy.